Today's a very exciting day, and I can tell by looking at the audience, why everyone's here. Because, when I started Citizen of the Month a couple years ago, is really I want to honor citizens in our community that do extraordinary things day in and day out, that people look towards, and they may not pat you on the back, they may not say thank you, but you inspire them to do great things for other people. And that's what it's about, and that's what I love about Albany County. It's the great things that we do for each other and what people do for each other in this community. And, I always say when you're at your worst, you see the best of a community, and that's Albany County, and that is you. You're the foundation for our community. Since taking on county executive 7 years ago and being in the legislature, I knew you from a distance. And boy, she made sure we knew her in the legislature when it came to funding for the legal project and amongst other projects. And, when we started the domestic violence court in the city of Albany. So I really just kind of kept my distance because I was a little afraid of you, just to be honest with you, because I was afraid of what I was going to get roped into. But this award to me means a lot because we started, we've done a honor vet program, and we talk about people that passed away. And, I said, what a better way to take somebody in the community, a piece of our fabric in our community, and really say the great things you've done, And I said, I always say to kids, don't look up at the NBA players, the professional football, hockey, whatever it may be, rock stars, because I said, just look next door. So the person, the man or woman who goes out every day, works, comes home, helps the neighbors out. It might just be shoveling their sidewalk, mowing their lawn, taking in their milk, checking on them. That's what it's about. That's what a community is about. Taking care of people when they don't have the means to take care of themselves. And Lillian, you have done that. You've done that for a long time. You started off in, 1981? Started off in 81, and in 89 you took over as executive director to 95, and it didn't stop you. It didn't stop you. You went on to the 3rd district. You're on the board there, the board of Albany Med. I was surprised at how many organizations you belong to, but it says a lot about our character because, I always say to people, a missed opportunities, like when you go to the park, when you go to the shopping center, and you pass that spot where you could have parked your car because you think you're going to get closer. And I always go, how many missed opportunities in life because you just think you're going to do something else, right? You're going to get a better spot. And Lillian, you have just said, hey, look, yeah, you can work 40 hours a week. You can raise a family. You can do everything you want to be to everybody, but you still have the opportunity to do good things for people, and that's what you've done. You help people out when they didn't have the means to help themselves, when they didn't have the financial means, when they didn't have the capability of knowing how to get out of that situation that they're in. You help break that cycle for so many families, and you probably don't even realize how many people have you touched over the years. So that's why you are our Citizen of the Month. Should be Citizen of the Year. But
we are in a time when the new anthem is stand up, speak up, and act. It's an anthem that's evolved as a result of gun violence and as a result of the distortions and perversions and bullying of our present president. But that anthem is not new. That anthem is an anthem that's been adopted by Lillian Moy from the time she began to help the underserved and underrepresented throughout the communities in which she's active. She runs the largest law firm in Albany, the largest law firm in the entire region. She has taken that law firm, the Legal Aid Society of Eastern New York, from approximately 23 people to over 100 people since she came here in 1995. She has extended the reach of that law firm through some 13 counties or more, from here to the Canadian border. She has impacted more lives than any lawyer or law firm or collection of lawyers and law firms in an entire region over that period of time. And she has done it because she has a heart bigger than her body and a mind that none of us can match. When Lillian came to Albany, the Legal Aid Society was struggling. It had a budget of $1.3 million. It had far too many people to represent. Today, that budget is in excess of $11 million. She and her team serve the underserved and unrepresented and the poor in multiple courts throughout this region in the civil justice system. They have afforded hope, and what is more important than having hope, to so many people who have access now to the city court, to the police court, to the county court, to the Supreme Court, to the government bureaucracy, and representation as they fight battles that they could never fight before, much less win before. There are so many people, and all of us who are professionals, all of us who live in this community, who are part of this society, are indebted to her. And we are indebted to her because she has made our community better by providing access to the civil justice system for families, adults, and children who, as a result of her work and the work of the lawyers who she put in the courts, through their work, people have hope. They achieve. They become better than they were. Their family circumstances better than they were. Their opportunity for education is broader than it was. All of that done under the leadership of this remarkable woman.
So thank you all very much for taking the time to join me this morning. I'm really grateful. And thank you, Stu, for your kind words and your loving friendship for so many years. Thank you also to Bruce and to Phil, and of course to Dan McCoy for being here and for honoring me as the Citizen of the Month. It is just about 23 years ago that I came to Albany County with my two little girls to begin work as the executive director of the Legal Aid Society of Northeastern New York. I didn't know how this city and this county would turn out to be a wonderful place to raise my children, to live and to work, and to collaborate with so many others who are in the room today, to grow the work and the breadth of the Legal Aid Society, and to work with others in the community as well. So I always worked hard as a legal aid lawyer. I did start out in 1981, but boy, I never had a job like this one. To be the head of a law firm like Legal Aid in a place like Albany, I had no idea, right? I worked hard, and I was lucky that, as it has for so many of you, that Albany gave me a place that was wonderful to my girls, filled with rich relationships that over time felt a lot like family. Together, working with others in the community, I learned to tell the story of legal aid in a way that many others could understand. Just as Stu said, that we are a firm that helps to even the playing field and to ensure fairness, and that our legal services really help to change people's lives for the better. I know that Bobby McGee's still doing good work at Buildings and Code, but when he was at Legal Aid, he was one of the lawyers who very much helped people to maintain stable housing, to get income and health care they needed, to stay safe and secure, and to access an education so that they can begin to change their lives. Legal Aid is a law firm that works well with others in the community to make our community better, along with community agencies like Catholic Charities, who are well represented today, and with the various arms of local government. And we've been really lucky to work with Albany County for many years to help maintain housing, to serve seniors, to work in coalition to try to end homelessness, and to foster local economic development. Most recently, it was my privilege and a joy, actually, to facilitate one of Dan McCoy's healing conversations. It was one that focused on serving our immigrant communities. And this is a conversation that brought together my personal commitment to living in a community that tends to our diversity and our differences with my professional commitment to ensuring equality for all. So I want to thank you, Dan, for that last opportunity especially, and for all your support over the years, and especially for this honor. What else? I wanted to thank my daughters, Katie Moy Santos and Maria Moy Santos, both Albany High graduates. And I'm so glad that they're with me today, as they are in all of my important life moments. Thank you to my dear friends who were able to join us today. To Marquita Rhodes, thank her for the coffee in Danish. Marquita. And all of my friends in the room. Mindy DeRoja. I said to Stu, I think Mindy has pearls for every day of the week. I don't know. Anyway, all of you in the room who are my good friends, I thank you for making the time to come. And I want to give resounding thanks to my colleagues from the Legal Aid Society. I just want to thank you because you work every day to make Albany County a better place to live and to work.